Last Train Home, the new real-time strategy game with survival elements by Ashbourne Games and THQ Nordic, is finally arriving on our computers. We at the Games Brew thought of sharing with you 10 things to know before playing Last Train Home to face this adventure as best as possible. So here are 10 things to know before playing Last Train Home. One of the most important aspects of Last Train Home is the survival element, making resource gathering equally crucial. We can collect resources in 3 ways: during real-time missions by retrieving them on the map, exploring the global map by sending our soldiers to investigate specific points of interest, and through trading. Resources are crucial for our survival and will enable us to repair and upgrade the train, research new technologies, and protect our men. For this reason, we recommend exploring every corner of the maps and as many points of interest as possible right from the start, immediately beginning the resource collection process. In terms of resources, although it is not mandatory to kill all enemy soldiers, be aware that officers, and only them, will drop useful consumables once killed. In Last Train Home, the train on which we will travel will serve as our base and home throughout the adventure and will be critical to our survival. Therefore, we recommend starting to upgrade it as soon as possible, especially focusing on enhancements against the cold. The Siberian climate will soon become a problem, and having a well-insulated and heated train will save us many problems, as the cold could make our soldiers ill, giving them permanent negative debuffs or worse. Additionally, spoiler alert, as we progress, the situation will become more dangerous and we will have less time for upgrades. It's better to get to work as soon as possible. Continuing with the climate theme, one of the upgrades available in individual cars is the stoves. Stoves, by consuming a certain amount of coal per hour, allow us to heat various areas. However, be careful about 2 things. 1, as we just mentioned, stoves will consume coal, so make sure to have enough. 2, the stoves will not turn on or off automatically, and you will need to check each car to ensure that the stoves are on or off. During our journey, we will occasionally have the opportunity to buy or obtain new cars as a reward. One of the most important is the workshop car. In addition to allowing us to produce ammunition, including for the artillery car, the workshop car will allow us to research various upgrades for our soldiers. Among these are the crucial winter uniforms that will keep our soldiers warm during missions on the global map, saving us coal and fabric to keep them warm. Real-time missions will almost always consist of main and secondary objectives. Our advice is to thoroughly explore the map for resources before completing the missions. By completing them, you could activate a series of automatic events that might force you to abandon the map to survive, leaving precious resources behind. A crucial aspect of Last Train Home is the soldiers and their traits. These not only uniquely characterize each character, but also provide bonuses and penalties to exploit during exploration and combat missions, influencing various events in which we will take part. Make sure to always have the right soldier in the right place. A character with the hunter trait will have a better chance of gathering food in forests and lakes. A character skilled in negotiations might get you discounts, and so on. Equally important is knowing that not all negative traits will be truly negative, with certain paranoias that could save your life when you least expect it. Therefore, pay attention to events and keep track of the various traits that come into play. When facing a real-time mission, keep in mind that Last Train Home uses a shared experience method, meaning that the experience gained at the end of the mission will be divided equally among all the soldiers we brought with us. This means that if we were to bring 5 soldiers on a mission and recover, for example, 50 experience points, each soldier would receive 10 experience points. Conversely, by bringing only 2 soldiers, each of them would receive 25 experience points, progressing obviously much more quickly. Bringing more soldiers into battle will mean an easier life during conflicts, but less experience at the end of the mission, and vice versa. It's up to you to decide which approach to choose. Our journey home will be fraught with dangers, and often our survival will be closely tied to our locomotive. Not only will it be essential to keep it in optimal condition, functioning, and as upgraded as possible, but we should do everything to protect it. As we will discover, the Reds will do everything to hinder our journey, often literally placing obstacles on the tracks. Since some of these obstacles and actions could damage our locomotive more or less severely, a piece of advice we feel compelled to give you is to protect it by placing a less important car at the front of the train, in front of the locomotive. By doing this, the locomotive will be shielded from any damage, saving us unpleasant surprises. Although it is possible to complete Last Train Home missions by facing the enemy head-on, the game favors a stealth approach that will not only prevent us from losing soldiers or having a never-ending line of wounded, but will also allow us to save precious resources in terms of medicine and ammunition. To tackle missions stealthily, one of the best combos is the Sniper-Infantry combo. Snipers possess 3 excellent abilities: the Telescope, which allows us to explore the map by revealing enemies; Stone Throw, which allows us to distract and attract enemies to a certain position; Precision Shot, to instantly eliminate a single enemy. The abilities of infantry include an increase in speed, silent movement, and bayonet charge. When snipers and infantry are used together, deadly combos can be created to eliminate the vast majority of enemies. These were 10 things to know before playing Last Train Home, and as always, in the description, you will find the link to its Steam page to try the title or buy it. Additionally, right below, you will find the link to our series on Last Train Home. I'm Roy Lovat, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.